Good afternoon. Well, I would say happy Tuesday, except it's not a very happy Tuesday. It's raining, it's freezing. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday I had a sundress on. Today I am freezing. Yeah, freezing. I'll show you what I've got on, but I've had to put one of those, what do you call them, a pashmina over the top because my shoulders and my back were so cold. I think I'll be going to find a cardigan, to be quite truthful. Anyway, I'll show you what I have got on. There's nothing very thrilling today because the weather's changed. It is a top with a little camisole underneath it because it's quite low. Yeah? No, I'm not going to give you a twirl. Somebody asked me for a twirl. I fall over when I twirl. This is a pashmina that I've had for quite some time. It's quite fine. It's actually supposed to be double-sided. I think one side's like a browny colour and this side's like an aubergine, which I've put on because I'm cold. You may have noticed that, that was my shoe squeaking, by the way, that I have almost finished the fine cone that seemed to go on forever and ever. I have got another 4 cones, different colours obviously, and it's like never ending, this cone. Look how much I've still got left on it. There was 500 grams on it. It said it was 4 ply, but it's more like 3. And I've made this cardigan. It was a labour of love because it was on a 275 hook. So it did take me a while to do it. Yeah. I've got to go in the shed to get some buttons for it, but I didn't feel like going and getting wet through, to be quite truthful. Trampling across through wet grass just to get to the shed to get some buttons. So I stopped because I haven't made the buttonholes yet. I'm now trying to do it the other way round. I go and see what buttons I've got that would match or would contrast or whatever in the shed, and then I make the buttonholes to match the buttons. Yeah. Before I used to willingly make the buttonholes and then find if I had 6 buttonholes I had 5 buttons. You know the scenario, yeah. So anyway, not heard a Tweety bird from the scooter people, so I'm still in the stage where my son's going, oh, you'll be fine, go out on it, but it's very sort of worrying when you know that the battery's going to die on it and it may not get you home, and my son's like blasé, oh, you'll be fine, you know. It's not him that's riding the flipping thing. And the thing is, it is so big, as you've seen, that I have to get like a low loader to come and pick me up with it, which is all very well, unless I'm on the seafront, because of course no vehicles are allowed on the seafront except for emergency vehicles. So if I was like in the middle of the seafront without any way down, there's several ways down like to the main road, but there's quite a long distance between them. So say I broke down between 2 exits, if you know what I mean, I'd be a bit stuck. So yeah, I'm a bit, yeah. So I didn't go to the knit club yesterday, I stayed home. And I did almost finish this off, apart from I need to, you know, I've stopped because I need to do buttonholes and look for the buttons. I was going to do it today, but it's freezing cold. I'm going to go and put a sweater on, I think, actually. After, you know, I've finished doing this video, I'll put a sweater on because it's so cold. Yeah, I've got my coffee, trying to warm myself up, yeah? Anyway, like I said, my scooter man is in Sorrento, so he's back tomorrow, but I don't know whether he means he's back in the country tomorrow or he's back at work tomorrow. Either way, I'll message him and say, so much for you sending, you know, UKS a message saying to contact me, because nobody did. I tried Monday and the shop was closed, so I couldn't leave a message on Monday. I rang today, nobody answered, so I left a message on the answering machine and nobody's got back to me. So, hey ho, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because my son's working tomorrow, so he couldn't come and rescue me. But at least if I go to Cleveland, there's roads nearby, so I could be rescued off the seafront if I do break down in Cleveland. The only problem is I have to wait about 3 or 4 flipping hours for, you know, them to come and rescue me. It would be a lot quicker if I had a smaller scooter. It's my own fault for having a big scooter. Yeah. Anyway. Right, well, the pattern I was using for this is a Serdar pattern, soft cotton. It's number 5366. Can't see a thing. I still haven't made an appointment for my eyes. And that's the pattern for it. You should be able to still get it. As far as I know. I got this from eBay and it came laminated. That's why it's a bit hard for me to see. Well, I was expecting a lot of parcels today. Books and different things that I'd ordered. But I haven't seen a postman. I didn't see one yesterday and I didn't see one today. Oh. Now Rosie is barking her head off. Who knows why? I don't know why. Because nobody's at the door, because nobody's knocked, so. It usually happens the minute I start making a video. Somebody knocks on the door or something, but I don't think it is with Rosie. Rosie, what's the matter, darling? Rosie? Rosie? That dog's got Tourette's, I swear, she's got Tourette's. Once she starts, it's like, long, stop. I do apologise. Anyway, nobody's knocked on the door and we have a little gizmo on the phone that says there's somebody at your front door. So that's it. Anyway, I sent for a pattern book. I'm quite disappointed with it, really. It looks okay on the outside. It says crochet top patterns. It doesn't say who by or anything like that. It just says it's copyrighted. But when you come to look inside, it's very much like, you know, the old patterns that used to be years ago in black and white. But not even black and white, it's more like fuzzy grey, which with my eyesight I need really crisp print. I'm alright with a book if the print's like black on white, but if the print's grey on white, which it seems to be in most modern things. I don't know whether it's cheaper to do it that way, to not have things that you can actually read. Yeah, that's the pattern number 2. I don't know whether you can see it at all because, honestly, my friend's just made an appointment to go back to Specsavers, but I'm still in doubt. But in actual fact, I can't ring up until I know what the scooter situation is, because I can't trust it anywhere. That's another top. As I say, I've ordered quite a few books, only not modern, well, yeah, quite modern books, that are supposed to be coming from eBay through the post, and I've had messages saying that they're on their way. But I've not seen a postman, or in our case a postwoman, not seen one on the street. I know she doesn't like Rosie, she's terrified of her, but, you know, having said that, I haven't seen her anyway, on the rest of the street. That's the one on the front cover. And I think that's about it. It was only a cheap book, but, I mean, can you read that? I can hardly read it. It's grey on grey. That's what I'm having a problem with that eyesight, is grey on grey. Anyway, oh God, I've got a necklace on, of course. Wouldn't be me without my necklace, would I? Maybe I'm cold because it's a low V. Still, and the sleeves are marked too long because, of course, I've got short arms. Anyway, I'm looking, just browsing idly as I do on eBay, because I look for necklaces, I look for things, look for all sorts of things. I saw 2 very, very cheap knitting machines, very basic, very cheap. Would you believe, on my street? On my street? Anyway, I messaged the guy and I said, could I possibly come and see them? Yeah, he hasn't answered me yet. Because you have to make sure that they're working. You know, you can buy a pig in a poke or whatever they call it. If you can't see them actually working and you don't know anything about knitting machines, it's a bit of a, how can I put it, a quagmire, buying a machine off eBay. You know, could have needles missing, could be rusty, could be anything, could be not working. As you know, I had to sell both of my machines. I got shotgun to the head. You can't take them with you, mother. You can't bring them. There's no room, no room. I could cry. I could actually cry because the machines I sold were worth hundreds. They were worth, and I got nothing for them. And now, you know, I'm thinking, oh my goodness me, what would I give to have them back again? Yeah. But, as you know, I gave up a lovely 3-bedroomed house for 2 rooms and a shed. Yeah. That's all I've got here. Sometimes when I'm feeling really, I think, why did I do it? Yeah. People have asked me why, but it was I couldn't keep the house clean. It was too much for me. Couldn't hoover the stairs, couldn't do anything like that. Couldn't really afford a cleaner, because a cleaner would have had to come in, you know, a couple of times a week or whatever. And I kept falling, fell down the stairs a few times, I fell over that many times. Luckily I managed to get myself up without anybody knowing I'd fallen over. Fall over backwards, bang my head, oh. So when I was at a very, very low ebb after I had COVID really badly right at the very beginning, I was so ill. I got persuaded to sell the house and to go to a bungalow. The idea wasn't for me to share a bungalow, the idea was for us to buy 2 properties close by. But all the little properties I went looking at were like dog kennels, to be quite honest. They were like cupboards. I couldn't have even lived in there on my own. Yeah. They were too small. The kitchens were too small. They didn't even have room for a washer and a dryer and a fridge freezer. You know, had to choose one or the other, and oh, I can't live like that. So I kept saying no, 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 no. Anyway, I found this one. So then it was decided that we would all live together, which seemed a good idea at the time until I didn't realise how little space I would actually be getting for my own. Yeah, I can sit in here, but it's not mine. And every time I put this here, my daughter-in-law moves it. You know, like, So it's like I can't have anything in here. I can't leave anything in here, otherwise it gets moved, yeah? As you know, I've been asking for my sewing machine out of the shed for about 6 months. All I get from my son is, well, that's what the crafting shed is for, so you could do all your crafting in there. Yes, but I can't see in there. The light's not good. I can't see what I'm doing. I'll put you a new light in there, but only if you clear some of the stuff up. I can't get in there. So in other words, he wants it more or less empty before he can go in and put a light in. So we're like a catch-22 situation. We're going round and round in a flipping circle. I can't see to do anything in there. He can't go in there, he says, to put a light up because he can't get in there because I've got so much stuff. So round and round and round we go. I think I'll get an electrician to come and do it for me. Might be quicker. Might be quicker to do that. And then at least I could go in the shed, shut myself away. I won't say make as much mess as I want, but if I do get this knitting machine, that's where I will be. I'll be in there, zip, zip, zipping away. That's if they work. That's the trouble with buying anything, you know, especially off eBay, second hand. You don't know what the heck you're getting. Although I sold my 2 machines and got nothing for them. Absolutely nothing. And the lady who bought my big machine, I gave her all the attachments, the gizmos, I gave her the books, I gave her everything, and to be quite honest, when she came to pick them up, she was clueless. Absolutely clueless. And she was like, how does it do this? And I thought, oh my God. And I sold it for about £150 and it cost me about £1,000. If you know what a soda reeds are. With the ribbons, the lace carriages, the everything, you know how much they actually cost. So I don't think she'll have it, or if she still got it, she won't have been able to use it. And I know that for She probably sold it on for the one under the neck, you know, I got, never mind. But the one thing I miss most of all is my little basic one. I had a little basic one that just did the double knitting and the chunky, yeah. And I sold that for nothing, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go, hopefully go and have a look at these machines, which are very, very cheap, which makes me wonder if they're working. But I do know about machines, so I'll know for a fact by looking at them. This is why I've asked to see them. That, you know, he won't sell them to me not working, because I know ins and outs of knitting machines, yeah. So I shall see what I shall see. I probably won't finish up with them, but never mind. But as for these modern things, these little tizzly-wizzly things, that's all you can make is a hat. You know, and they're designed for American yarn. They're designed for number 4 weight yarn. They are not designed for double knitting, because the hat comes out too small. And they are not designed for Aran, because our Aran is a bit like too stiff. Some Arans are okay because they're thin. Yeah, thin Aran is okay. But that's the problem, you see. They're not UK. They're not designed for double. I wish somebody would bring out a machine that is designed for double knit. But having said that, if these two machines work, I'll be fine. I don't care if they don't do rips. I don't care about that. You can do a fake rib, or you can do your own ribbing around the end. I mean, when my son was small and I didn't have a machine that did ribbing, I used to do them on waste yarn, do the body work and that, and then I used to pick up the ribbing, you know, the upside down way, wrong way, do the ribbing and then cast off. So I can do that once again. I've got the time's my own. I'm not doing them for anybody in particular. It just would be nice to have something knitted instead of crochet, because when I knit it hurts my shoulders and I'm very slow at it. And as you know, I can't knit on wiggly worms, and all these new patterns are top and down and all that. Yeah, well, no. Oh, got a message, but never mind. Anyway, I don't know whether I'm going to knit club tomorrow. I don't know whether I'll make it. Ah, it's so perplexing. The battery doesn't go down slowly. It's showing full, and then all of a sudden, woof, it goes to half, which is a bit, you know, you would think it would slowly, gradually go down, wouldn't you? But it doesn't. So that's what's the alarming bit. You know, you're going along, and you keep looking, because you get paranoid, you start keep looking at the battery as you're going along, keep looking at the battery, and you think, oh, I'm doing okay today, I'm doing okay today. And then all of a sudden, whoo, it's gone. And then, of course, it then went down and it started flashing at me like, get home now, and it keeps going beepity beep, beepity beep, beepity beep. So you're driving along with this beepity beep, beepity beep, and you're thinking, oh, please let me get home, please let me get home. I can't push this thing, it's too heavy. So that's my dilemma, that's my tale of woe, yeah. So, apart from that, you know, can't see a thing. I still haven't made the appointment for my eyes. My eyes are blurred to anything. I cannot see a thing. Can't see to read. It's very, very, it's like they were before I had my cataracts done. So. And yet I went for my diabetic eye appointment and they said they couldn't find anything wrong. Everything looked fine. My glasses that I got from Specsavers last year are no use whatsoever. I can't see through them at all. So I'm like that. I don't want to go back to Specsavers, and yet I don't know any good opticians to go to. People are telling me places in Blackpool, they're telling me places all over the place, and I can't get there. Basically, I can't get there. My scooter won't go that far. So I shall see what I shall see. I am making an appointment. But I don't want to make an appointment until I know I'm going to get this scooter sorted out. Anyway, my scooter man comes back from Sorrento tomorrow, but I don't know whether he's in work tomorrow or he's just coming back from Sorrento tomorrow. But either way, I'm going to message him and say, hey, you know, the people that you asked to message me didn't bother, you know. So we shall see what we shall see. But apart from that, I don't know what I'm going to start next. I have got a few things that I would like to start, but I was waiting for this new book to sort of arrive. One of them is a Janie Crow book, and it's going to be like fancy flowery squares for an Afghan, but you know me, it won't be an Afghan. But I just thought, oh, they're such nice squares, maybe a jacket, yeah? You know, with these nice floral squares, rather than, you know, my normal granny square. Which, you know, is bog standard. You see them everywhere, don't you? Everybody's got bog standard granny square jackets that they sell for about 200 quid, and I can't sell one of mine for 60, you know. But that's by the by, isn't it? I've still done nothing about a web page. I've just got disheartened by the whole thing, yeah. You know, you just get to the fact that you're thinking, how come mine don't sell and everybody else is selling for X number of pounds, X number of dollars, and yet mine, people look at mine and they say, oh, that's beautiful, that's lovely, have you got the pattern? And that's it, you know. They don't say, how much is it or are you selling it? They say, have you got the pattern? So it kind of puts me off ever making anything else, to be quite honest, although I've got a lot to sell. Which would come in very handy if I'm having to buy new glasses, wouldn't it, you know? I'm only on a pension, it's not an ever-ending pot. Oh dear, never mind. I'm having a right whinge, aren't I, today? There's so many people who've got thousands of subscribers and all they do is whinge. So maybe I would get more subscribers if I whinge, yeah. So if you like my video, I'm going to do what everybody else does. If you like my video, please tell your friends, please subscribe, please press the hand, you know, the little I like this thumbs up button, and please press the notification bell, ding ding, so that you will know when I make a next whingy video. You know, you never know your luck. I might get that knitting machine, I might have something more to show you next time. Probably won't be tomorrow, because if I do manage to get down to, you know, the knitting club, I can't take videos there because they don't want to be on video. And I can't take videos as I'm going along because, as you know, my scooter just squeaks. So, you know, and every time I try to take a video with this camera, when I'm holding it in my hand, it cuts off. I don't know whether I press something or what I do. When it's on the tripod, it's fine. And when I use my remote control to switch it on and off, it's fine. But when I switch it on with my hand, it does a little bit like that, then it cuts off. I mean, the one I did in my lounge, I had to film it 3 times, and in the end I had to use this to switch it on and off with. And I've done 2 of the garden, and no, they just cut off, they didn't record. I took one on the seafront and the same thing happened, it just cut off, it didn't record. So I don't know why it just likes this remote control, because that's what it likes, my camera. But having said that, it keeps cutting off anyway. My son keeps saying, charge up your new camera. My new camera is absolutely identical to this one. So you won't be getting any longer videos, you lucky people. You won't be having to put up with me droning on for an hour. But I've just never charged it up because it's just exactly the same as this one. So I thought, well, I'll wait while this one puts all together and then I'll start using the new one. But this one is giving me so many problems that I think I might have to start using the new one. Still. I'm not having a good week. Did my stars, do you read your horoscopes? I do. I don't believe them, but I read them. If it tells me I'm going to have a good day, I think I might, you know. But they've not been that good recently. They've not been saying anything, you know, motivational, that's what I mean to say, not you know, usually they're a bit rah-rah motivational. You will have a good day, you are doing this right, you are doing that right. And they're always wrong, but never mind. But it does like cheer you up in the morning when it says you are going to have a motivational or a productive day today. And you think, maybe I will today. Maybe I'll have a productive day. Oh, well, I won't be having one now because that's telling me if you don't shut up, then you'll have no video at all. Right, I'm going to go, so I shall use my little zapper to go, and I shall speak to you very soon. Bye now.